Welcome to Alaska. On my first full day, I went to Kincaid Park, which is one of the largest parks in Anchorage along its western shore. The park has sweeping views, a lot of dandelion fluff, some great trees, and a motocross course. On day 2, I went to the Anchorage Downtown Market, which is held every Saturday and Sunday during the summer. While I was there, I got reindeer tacos for lunch, which was my local food adventure for the trip. That evening, I went for a walk at Campbell Creek, which has a paved path that runs through the city. There were gigantic wildflowers lining the path that bees absolutely loved. The creek is surrounded by roads and neighborhoods, so I was really surprised when I ran into 2 moose just casually having dinner along the side of the path. It was a mama and her baby, and for the most part, they were unfazed by me, though the baby was a bit curious. I also found the tallest building in the state of Alaska, which is only 22 floors. On day 3, I joined a photography tour that took a group of us from downtown Anchorage to the Portage Glacier area around the town of Whittier. We spent most of the day driving down Seward Highway, which follows the Turnagain Arm, home to some of the highest tides on Earth, up to 40 feet tall. Depending on who you ask, these are the second highest tides in the world, behind those of the Bay of Fundy in Nova Scotia, Canada. Along the way, we spotted some Dall sheep, which live on the rocky cliffs bordering the arm. We also stopped at the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, where we met some rehabilitated black bears, brown bears, muskox, reindeer, moose, and a very sleepy porcupine. Our tour guide was interested in stopping to grab some of the old railroad spikes that had just been pulled up out of the Alaska Railroad to be replaced by new ones. Apparently, these make great souvenirs as they can be as old as the railroad itself. On day 4, I attempted to climb Flat Top Mountain, which is the most climbed mountain in the state of Alaska. Therefore, I thought it would be easy. It was not easy. I tried to capture just how treacherous and steep the top portion of this mountain is on video, but I don't think I can do it justice. It's basically a vertical rock wall that I was on all fours scrambling up. Fortunately, on my descent, some of the clouds that were there earlier cleared, and I was able to get a sweeping view of the city of Anchorage and the surrounding area. On day 5, I hopped on the Alaska Railroad's train from Anchorage to Seward. The trip took about 4 hours, which is twice as long as it would take you to drive, but having time to take in the views was worth it. Seward is the cutest little port city of less than 3,000 residents, mainly used by cruise companies for arrivals and departures off of the Kenai Peninsula. It's always comforting when there are a plethora of warning signs for the mountain you're about to hike. On day 6, I woke up bright and early at the Airbnb cottage I was staying at and headed down to the port to catch a boat and go on a paddleboarding adventure. After a 45-minute ride, the boat dropped my tour group and I off at Bear Glacier, where we suited up and paddled out to explore the icebergs that had fallen off of the glacier. This footage is a bit more blurry because my phone was in a waterproof case. Highly recommended if it's your first time paddleboarding. At the end of the day, I took the Alaska Railroad back up to Anchorage, and that's about it for my trip.